Does this meeting between Modi and Xi mean that China and India are trying to reset their frosty bilateral relationship?
China has had a history of not honoring its commitments, not really. There is an erosion of strategic trust, and that erosion of strategic trust cannot be built just by the fact that there's been a bit of a disengagement, unless it is followed by proper de escalation and it is followed by, more positive developments. And the second reason is perhaps that from India's perspective, there is also this understanding that. uh, at a time when this entire global situation seems to be upended and there's just so many problems across the board from strategic to economics to all the other crises. I think it makes sense for India somewhere to try and sort of loosen up the restrictions on Chinese investments because, well, I mean, Indian trade remains very dependent on China.
What effect could the meeting have on the 4 year long military standoff between China and India on their shared border?
It is not just about asking your troops to come back. It is also about laying down a framework for then de-escalating the number of troops from there. And also, I think the other point that we are not really paying too much attention to is that what is the relevance of all the aggressive infrastructure modernization that China has anyway done out there in the last 4 years? I mean, 4 years ago versus now, there has been a very aggressive trend there. And is China showing any reluctance or any slowing down? I mean, when it comes to that kind of infrastructure modernization, is also something that will perhaps go in a long way in deciding that now the standoff is over. I think we should not really let our guards down. And if I read the situation correctly, I don't think China has really given up on its, nationalistic, so to say, whipping up of those emotional sentiments when it comes to expansion.
China has emphasized the need to promote multipolar world. Does New Delhi agree with Beijing's vision of an arrangement that challenges the current US-led world order?
Although India is also a strong adherent of multipolarity per se, because, like I said, that multipolarity by itself is a very legit kind of a foreign policy aspiration. Because in a world where great power contestation and militarization is actually making the world a more unsafe place, there is a view that multipolarity actually sort of reduces these tensions. Okay, so and also keeps the options open for a lot of middle order powers. So I think India, the difference stems from the fact that what multipolarity basically means is different from what perhaps a set of countries like China, Russia, Iran, or North Korea might mean.